Taking here back at Puerto Jimenez, talking about community, communication, boundaries, and conflict resolution. I highly suggest the Anastasia series. Until I read, and I haven't even finished it, book 5, I really didn't understand this topic well enough to even talk about it. And I find that these books have been out for 20-something years, and I've met very, very, very few people with the fortitude to make this next step. And it's because we need to look inwards. We need to look inside to see what it is that prevents us from creating the world in which we want, because the world is a reflection of our internals, and all of our internals. And so we go forward and try to change others or change external things, we will only continue to create what is internal, within inside of us. So my mission and our mission at Thinkamorpho is only to provide space in which you have the opportunity to take that mission on. I don't know if you're going to succeed. I really, really hope you will. But most society doesn't allow for space for the opportunity for personal growth and personal knowledge. So in our community, and the way that we get it done is, I tell people that that's the reason you're here, is to work through how you feel. And so if you feel something, I'm here for you, I love you, and I know this stinks to hear, but you need to look inside. You need to look inside. You need to look inside. Because inside is your truth. Inside is your resolution. And without that, you're not going to get what you want. And that can be an extremely scary thing, because most people aren't familiar with their internal world. They're not familiar with themselves. And in fact, our world, is struggling to medicate and to use alcohol and other, escapes to prevent us from having to be in that world and in that reality, because we've allowed it to build to such a crazy and complicated and twisted way. But you can totally do it. We're doing it right now with this conversation. You can see the truth inside of you. It's deep, but you can see it, and you can accept it, and you can embrace it, and you can love it. And by doing that, you're going to be able to be the person that you are. And it's a process. It's a process that not everybody's going to make it through. But if you try, maybe the pieces that you put in will make the difference. And I think that everybody watching this video is going to make it through. So it's going to be just fine. So good rules, guidelines for the community is to not let people speak negatively about anybody else. That if somebody had an interaction that resulted in a negative separation, that the only resolution that can be had is a meeting between the facilitators or the mediators, preferably two, male and female, and the parties afflicted, with the objective being to only understand the side of the other, not to resolve it, but to voice how you feel in a safe, open space where the other person is not going to respond, only going to say how they perceive the situation. And by having some kind of center like that, you can see in every single situation, both people have a message to receive. Both people have something that they can improve upon, that they can change. And so this all comes down to love, right? And this is where we're going to go into love and the law of attraction and how they work hand in hand together. So, what is love? We'll go into it the next video. I'm going to cover a couple more in this one right here, just to make sure I got all the answers covered. I know I've been talking for a while. This is how I do it. It's taking talks. It's complex, broader world subject matters that word usage is less important than the energy that I'm trying to persuade, and that's why I'm giving lots of broad meaning, lots of generalizations so that I can capture everybody's comprehension. And that's super key, is you have to understand in the way that your brain thinks. So ask questions, feel empowered, feel that you can do it, because I know you can and you know you can. So you pretty much don't want to let it be. You don't want to let people just stir on their emotions. People want love. That's the number one thing that you're going to learn, is that's what people want. They want love because in our culture, in our society, they were raised in a loveless environment. So what is love? Love is unconditional acceptance. It's the easiest way to explain it. It gets really, really deep, but we're going to end it right there on this video, and I'll see you in the next one.